Hello ladies, today I will create a makeup tutorial for beginners with an easy eyeshadow tutorial for hooded eyes and my makeup routine step by step for mature skin using my favorite drugstore makeup and luxury from Amazon. Let's get started. The first step in my makeup routine is applying a toner, and today I'm using Beauty of Joseon Glow Replenishing Rice Milk Toner. This is a hydrating Korean toner that will hydrate, moisturize, soothe any irritation and leave my skin soft, plump and glowing. It will leave my skin very bouncy, not to mention it will wear really beautiful under makeup. So applying a toner is my first step in my skin prep routine. Next step in my skin prep routine is applying a sunscreen, and today I'm using Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice sunscreen SPF 50. This is a lightweight, airy sunscreen that will protect with high SPF while delivering black rice antioxidants, leaving my skin very smooth, non-greasy, and free from white cast. Also, it wears beautiful under makeup. Next, I'm applying Essence Jelly Grip Under Eye Primer Stick. This is a hydrating primer that will blur fines for a flawless crease-free concealer application. Then I'm taking Attitude Lip Stain and I will apply it for some color on my lips. For my primer, I'm using Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer, which is a radiant blurring primer that will smooth pores, soften my skin texture, and will add a natural luminous glow under foundation. I really love to apply it all over my face to have that luminosity and bouncy effect for my skin. Second primer I'm using today is Glam Day Skin Primer. This is a smoothing primer that will blur imperfections and even out my skin tone. It's creating the perfect base for any foundation. I always like to apply it on the center of my face to mattify it and blur my skin texture and hide all the pores I have on the cheeks. And as you can see, because it has a hint of pink, it will give me that brightening effect for my skin tone. I really love how it evens out my skin tone with that brightness and smoothing effect for the skin. Just make sure you press it really well into the skin so it will fill in those fine lines and pores and textures. Last step in my skin prep routine is applying a setting spray, and I'm using Terter Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. This will work as a second primer that will lock in the makeup and the moisture of the skin prep. Time to do my eyebrows, and the first step in my eyebrows routine is applying a brow powder or brow pencil, and today I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder in chocolate color. I will use the dark side of the eyebrow powder and I will use a flat brush. Then I will start filling my brows, focusing on the arch and the tail. Then I will go slightly with the light-handed to the front side of my brows. And as you can see, it's a great powder that will fill and define my brows with soft natural coverage. It's long-lasting and it will give my sparse brows that naturally fuller-looking brows effect. The next step in my brows routine is applying a brow gel, and today I'm using L'Oreal Brow Lamination Gel, which is a high hold brow gel that will sculpt, lift and set my brows in place all day, giving me that laminated, feathery, fluffy brows. Just make sure you add it with a light hand, touching your brows hairs only, so you don't remove the powder underneath. Next, I will take this NYX Cream Concealer to carve and clean my brows. Using a flat brush, this will give my brows extra shaping and cleanness. It will make your brows stand out by looking more defined and polished, even if you don't want to wear makeup that day. Because brows is your way to frame your face and look extra glam. Apply it on the brow bone and the front side to carve. Then when you blend, use a tapping motion and stop right before the crease. Next step, I'm applying this Fenty eye primer to prime my eyes. This is a must for a flawless, seamless eyeshadow application. It will fill in those lines and make your eyelid more blurred and soft for an easy eyeshadow blending. Not to mention, it will create a tacky base that will grip eyeshadows, and this will make the colors look more vibrant and pop more. Apply on the eyelid, then blend it to the crease. And if your eyelids are oily, you can set your eyes with powder later on. Not to mention, applying an eye primer also will make your eye makeup long-lasting, so you will not experience any creasing later on with your eyeshadows. And this is the last step in my skin prep routine. Now let's finish up the makeup base. The first step in my makeup base routine is color correcting. If you have any darkness or discoloration in your skin, you should use a color corrector. And today I'm using Kosas Revealer Extra Bright Color Corrector. This will neutralize dark circles and prep for concealer. I will just apply it on the hollow of my eyes and blend it by just tapping. For brown skin girlies, I will always use a peach or orange color corrector. But if you have lighter skin, you can use peach to pink color correctors. For my foundation today, I'm mixing the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation with Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint Foundation. And for Ilia Skin Tint Foundation, you have to shake it really well before you use it. The NARS Sheer Glow Foundation is having that radiant skin-like finish that will melt into the skin with a seamless buildable finish, and also will add some luminosity and glow for my skin. On the other side, the Ilia Skin Tint Foundation, it's a clean beauty skin tint that infused with niacinamide, squalene, and SPF, which will deliver sheer coverage with skincare benefits. I will buff it into my skin and press it really well until it becomes like a second skin. And as you can see, it's just giving my skin that filter-like finish. Because both foundation had that blurring effect which will smooth my skin texture. Time to bronze my face, and today I'm starting with this cream bronzer, which is Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. This is a cream to powder bronzer that will sculpt, define, and warm the complexion with a natural finish. Still, it will give a very blurring effect for my skin texture. I will apply it on the forehead, the higher cheekbones for lifted effect, and then I will chisel my jawline with it. Then to contour my face, I'm using e.l.f. Contour Wand, which is a creamy blendable contour wand that will sculpt and define features for a natural dimensional finish. I will apply it on the higher cheekbones to sculpt it further, then I will contour my nose and the center of my lips for fuller lips effect. Then I will blend it, and as you can see, it blends nicely and seamlessly. And the difference between the contour and the bronzer, that the bronzer is on the warm side, so it will give me that sun-kissed effect. But the contour, it's on the cool side, so it will mimic the shadows of your face. Make sure when you blend the contour, blend it by just tapping, and just be very precise because we will not extend beyond the end of our eyes. Time to highlight my face, and today I'm using Natasha Denona High Glam Brightening Concealer. This is a hydrating concealer with serum benefit. It will brighten, smooth, and conceal with radiant finish. Not to mention, it works really great on mature skin. I will apply it to highlight the center of my forehead, the bridge of the nose, and under my eyes, and also I will clean under my contour and bronzer for more chiseling effect. Also, I will add a bit on my chin and on the side of my lips to add extra lift to my face. Then I will blend it by just tapping. Make sure when you blend by just tapping because we don't want to lift or disturb the makeup underneath. And as you can see, it will immediately give me that brightening effect with the lifting effect. Then make sure when you blend your under eyes to blend it at last, so you will give the concealer some time to dry out, so it will give you fuller coverage and less creasing. By the way, all the products I'm using today are on Amazon with amazing discounts. Check them out in my Amazon storefront. Links are on the top comment and the full storefront link in the description box. For my cream blush today, I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush, which is a lightweight, highly pigmented blush that will blend seamlessly into the skin for a natural flush look. It's long-lasting with smooth buildable finish. And today I'm using this orange color to give me that warmth that I need for fall. I will apply it on the higher cheekbones for lifted effect again, and also the side of my forehead and the chin for a cohesive look. And when it's come to this blush, less is more because it's very pigmented, so you have to be very cautious about that. And when you blend, again, blend by just tapping because we don't want to lift the foundation and the work with it underneath. Now I will take a dry sponge and I will go on everything so everything will look like one layer and give me that blended seamless finish for my makeup base. Make sure you just use tapping motion because we don't want to lift or disturb the makeup underneath. The last step in my makeup base routine is applying a cream highlighter, and today I'm using Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlight Stick. This is a cream highlight stick that will deliver fresh, dewy radiance with skin-loving ingredients, and it will immediately give me that glass skin effect. To set my makeup in place, I always like to start by setting my under eyes, and today for my under eyes I'm using Givenchy Prism Libre Loose Powder. This is a loose powder that corrects, mattify, and blur imperfections while leaving the skin very soft and radiant. It's ideal for setting makeup with a light natural glow, and I really recommend it for mature skin because it got that blurring effect, not to mention it doesn't look heavy or cakey under the eyes. Then to set the rest of my face, I'm using Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder in Blondie color. It's a cult favorite loose powder that will brighten, set, and smooth skin for all day wear. It gives my skin that soft focus finish, and also it will blur my skin texture. I will press it really well into my skin. And this not will only smooth my skin texture, but will also make my makeup last longer without creasing. Then to set my cream bronzer, I'm using my favorite Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Blurring Bronzer. This is a finely milled bronzer that will blur and soften features with a natural matte sculpted finish. Not to mention, it will not accentuate the skin texture. Next step is applying a highlighter before the blush. This will give my blush more longevity and also will add extra glow and luminosity to my skin. And today I'm using Kat King 2-in-1 Highlighter Cheek Blush, which is a perfect dupe for Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I really recommend it if you have textured skin like mine. I will apply it on the higher points of my face to catch the light, like the cheeks, the forehead, the center of the nose. Then I will take Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion in Chai Color, which is a beautiful muted beige color that works beautiful for fall. It's a sheer powder blush that layers naturally for a fresh, healthy glow. I really love it. With the highlighter, it gives me that luminosity that my skin needs. The last step in my makeup routine is applying a finishing powder, and today I'm using Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Powder Foundation. Finishing powder will smooth, diffuse, and soften the edges and refine your skin texture for airbrush blurred smooth skin, and will buff any excess powder. Also, it will melt and ties makeup together, giving you that one-layer makeup finish. Time to finish up my brows, and today I'm using NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. I like to use it in a darker shade to add dimensions to my brows. I will create hair-like strokes going very light-handed, and this will create separation and feathery brows effect. Not to mention, it will make my brows look more natural looking but still fuller. Then I will use it to extend my brow styles, and this will elongate my eyes and give me that on-fleek brows effect. Now for the final step in my makeup base routine, I'm using the Dalba White Truffle First Spray Serum to melt everything together. It will hydrate, refreshen, and give my skin natural radiant glow that will last all day. Then I will take a dry powder puff and I will press the Dalba spray really well into my skin and take any excess spray. Time for the lips. Now I will line my lips using this Glam brown lip liner, and I will use it to outline my lips following my natural lips shape. This will give my lips that fuller lips effect and will contour my lips in a beautiful way. Still, I will apply it all over my lips by filling in all the lips, and this will give more longevity and color to the lips. Then I will take Summer Friday's Lip Butter Balm, which is a hydrating non-sticky lip balm that will deliver soft glossy color and nourishment to my lips. And the color I'm using today is Brown Sugar, which is a beautiful chocolatey color that looks amazing on brown skin girls. Done with the lips, let's do the eyes. First, I like to start with Iconic London eye pencil in this black shade, and I will use it to tightline my waterline. This will add definition and depth and smokiness to the eye makeup look. It's long-lasting and will not irritate your eyes if you have sensitive eyes like mine. Next, I will take Kiko Milano eye pencil in this burgundy color, and I will apply it to define my lower lash line. Next, I will take Armani eye tint in the shade 25M, and I will apply it to define my eye crease. I like to use it as a mapping and defining for my eye socket. Open your eyes, look straight into the mirror, and then define it if you have hooded eyes, and then blend by just tapping. Now I will take the Kiko Milano eye pencil and I will extend at the outer part of my eyes, creating like a wing liner. Then I will link it to the eye socket, creating like a graphic liner. And for a smooth finish, I will blend the line using a small detailed brush. For my eyeshadow today, I'm using this Catrice eyeshadow palette, focusing on those colors. First, I will take the beige eyeshadow and I will apply it on the brow bone to highlight it. Then I will take the brown eyeshadow and I will use it over the Kiko Milano eye pencil with a small detailed brush. Then I will take the mid-tone brown eyeshadow and I will use it to blend the edges and the harsh lines of the Kiko eye pencil. And this will create a nice gradient for our eye makeup look, giving the makeup extra softness and less harshness. Next, I will take this glittery green eyeshadow and I will apply it all over my eyelid. And as you can see, it created like a cut crease, and this color works beautiful for fall. Now with some powder, I will clean around the edges of my eye makeup look to snatch the look further. Then I will take a champagne glittery eyeshadow and I will apply it to highlight my inner corners. And don't forget to add some mascara and false lashes. And that's the final look. If you reach here, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this fall soft glam makeup tutorial for beginners with a colorful, easy eyeshadow tutorial for hooded eyes and makeup routine for mature skin using my favorite drugstore makeup and luxury makeup from Amazon. And if you like it, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!